Anyway. And I want to introduce you to the rest of the team. They're all here. You can't see them, but they're here. You will see them soon. So I have Michelle. I have me, Magda. I have Nadia. You'll see us soon. And we've got Alana and Casper who will be behind the scenes, but you'll get to see them in a minute. We also have another hidden person, Emily, who's been excellent helping us. And an IT person who's been wonderful because this is a difficult job to do. Okay, someone cannot hear me. That might be because you have your microphone maybe off. Just double check because other people can hear me. Yeah, maybe just check. I'll just check what the... All right, what about now? Check, check, check. All right, everyone else can hear me, so I'm just going to push on. All right. So welcome everyone to Dr. Magda's and Nerdy Nard's chemistry party. This is now our 3rd year. Woohoo, team. We're doing well. The 3rd year of running this party. And this year we are going regional only. So we have people, believe it or not, from, Nadia, can you show me? There we go. We have 160 families and they're joining our chemistry Zoom party all over WA, as far north as Broome. Oh, I'd love to be in Broome at the moment, don't you think, Nadia? It would be nice and warm. And as far down south as Esperance. So that's pretty cold, right? That will be a bit colder. So we're very excited to have you join us tonight. But before we start, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which Edith Cowan University is located on, the Whadjuk Noongar people, because actually they were the very first scientists on this land, and we're going to be doing science, so it's appropriate for us to acknowledge them. So we pay respect to the elders, past, present, and emerging. Now, there's a little bit more admin work I need to go through, or admin information. A little bit about safety. I'm hoping you can all see the screen. Can we have some thumbs up maybe? 1 or 2? Excellent. Thank you, guys. So this is for the adult helpers, for our demonstrators, we're going to call you. I'm hoping that you have all read the safety instructions. They're here once again for you to look at. Because by proceeding with this event, you acknowledge that you have read and understood the instructions, and you will only allow children over 6 years old to participate in this event. And you will be present for the whole duration of the event. So you are not to sneak out. You are there to participate and help out, all right? We'll be watching you. Well, we won't, but we believe you. And I hope you'll enjoy it. And this the box we have sent you is for the sole purpose of this event. Anything else, Nadia, I need to say? Oh, yes, and neither you or I are responsible for anything that will happen. But nothing's going to happen because you're going to be supervising your child. So university and staff, ECU staff are not responsible. Now, we are almost there. So we are just about ready to start, but I just want to ask you just 3 little questions before we start. And I'm going to try something that we have never done before, and that is to use a polling device or section of the Teams meeting.
Oh, good. I'm hoping people can hear me. I'm trying a new microphone. I'm getting a thumbs up, so let's run with that.
Okay, come and sit next to me then.
Thank you.
All right. I'm very excited. And let's do it. Should we do it? Let's get started.
Yes.
All right, I'm excited. So I have my box. Nadia, do you have your box?
I sure do.
All right. So Lots of things to do before we get going with our experiments, because the very first thing is we've got to make ourselves safe to do this. So can you please talk us through what I need to wear so that I'm safe doing the experiments, please?
Sure thing. So if you haven't got your box already open, you can open it now.
Do you think everyone waited till tonight before they opened the box?
I think probably no.
I should have done a survey on that question, right? Do you think they would have told us the truth? No way. I would have opened it early as well. That's okay. If you opened it early, no worries. Okay, what are we doing?
So the first thing we'll take out, because this is the easiest thing to wear first, is a disposable apron. So you just take it out of the little sleeve and then unfold it gently. And then you just need to unfold it one more time so that you get a circle at the top. That's where your head will go through. I'm going to stand up.
Yes, stand up to show us how to do it. Yeah, that seems simple enough. Oh, Nadia, you've got very colourful hair. I feel like my hair is very boring. Okay. Okay, excellent. Now, we're not going to use this, Nadia. I'm sorry. You've done a great job, but we are real chemists. So in chemistry lab, we have to wear, ta-da, a real lab coat. Now, we would have loved to send you these real lab coats, but we wouldn't show your sizes. So we had to send you these ones, okay? But that's okay. Now, while we're doing that, oh, here we go. Oh, right. So I'm done. Ta-da! What else do I need to put on? I've got my lab coat on.
I think the next easiest thing to put on would be safety glasses, yes?
Yeah. Oh, look, I've got my safety glasses here, Nadia. Hang on, let me put mine on. I can't really see anything. Oh, these are my discos. Oh, I don't know. You know what? I'm going to have to ask Kalana. Do you want to do it? Can you do a spin so you can show who's behind the scenes? Can we do that? Well, I'll go and find my proper safety glasses. This is where we are. This is Casper. This is Alana. And look at this. This is our super lab. Do you know how many students sit in here, Nadia? What do you think? Oh, God. All right. All right. Well, I'll go and get my proper ones, although I do like these ones. But I guess I should wear. Yes, I've got my proper. Oh, I do like my. All right, I've got my proper safety glasses. Has everybody got the proper safety glasses on? Yes? Okay, all right. So we have, we'll do the name tags. Yeah, let's do that. There's one that's says scientist, and doctor.
Yes. So this is for our junior scientists. So you can write your first name on your sticker and then you can stick it onto your lab coat.
Okay, so I'm going to write my name. Who am I? My name is Magda. Ta-da! What about the other sticker, Nadia?
Other sticker says lab technician. And this is for adult helper. So I'm going to put my lab technician sticker. And adult helpers, during tonight I may have some safety or some other logistical information to give you. And so I will get your attention and put the lab technicians together.
Oh, all right. Now you've got a few things. Oh, yes. Yeah. Let's do that. So inside the plastic cup, hopefully you have You actually have 2 pairs of gloves because just in case you have a sibling you're working with or in case they tear, we've given you 2 pairs, all right? So I'm going to attempt, because I have little hands, I'm hoping that you will, I'm hoping that this will fit my hand.
Got larger size.
So Nadia, I have a little trick how to do this. Ready? You just sort of blow. Yeah, because that opens it up a bit. There you go. All right. I feel very, very scientific now having the gloves on. All right, has everybody got the gloves on? Hope so. I think we're ready to go.
We're ready to begin.
All right, now you've got a few things you've got to tell the lab technicians. So while you're doing that, I'm going to ask the scientists to just dig in the box and find a white mat to put on the table. And now, what do you need to tell the lab technicians?
Okay, so lab technicians, we need you to do a couple of things. We need you to get some water in, just tap water in a measuring jug. Because we're in a laboratory, we're using a beaker instead, but you can use any measuring cup, measuring jug from your kitchen. And also get a kettle of water and put that on to boil.
Are you making a cup of tea?
Not quite, but we'll find out soon, Dr. Magda.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't mind a cup of tea.
Okay, shall we get the cabbage?
Yes, can you talk about the cabbage now? That's a good time.
Okay,
Yeah.
while this is heating up, we have another job to do. We ask you to supply some red cabbage. We said to use half a cabbage, but you won't need quite so much as that. And if you haven't already, you need to chop it up just roughly. We've done some. Just so I can show you.
This is like a cooking. I feel like this is a cooking show.
So that's half the cabbage chopped up. You won't need to chop up as much as that, but if you haven't already, that's great. If you don't have it chopped up yet, just chop it up now and we'll be using it soon.
So Nadia, what about we don't want to put water into it, the cabbage into the hot water yet? No?
You have to wait for the water to boil.
Well, okay, well that's a good point. Okay.
Come back to that.
Yeah, but that's only for people who haven't prepared, right? Because we expect majority have prepared. Right, so most of our lab technicians did prepare, so they're ready to go. Right, I'm going to start off with an experiment that we're going to set up now, but we're going to finish at the end because it needs time for it to develop, okay? So please go into your box and find water beads. Ta-da! They're labeled as water beads. So, and get yourself the plastic container that we gave you. You'll have to just throw everything out of inside. I didn't think that through, did I? Gently, that's right. And then just open carefully because we do not want these beads to go all over the floor. You'll be picking them up till Christmas, believe me. Right, so I'm going to very gently pour it into the container. I think the camera, excellent. Casper is giving a really good shot. There they are. And all you need to do, can I have some water, Nadia? Thank you. Just cold water. I'm just going to pour it over the top to cover up the beads. Something like that. So make sure that they are covered. I do feel like this is a cooking show because I'm now going to say to you guys, put this aside and we'll come back to it later, okay? Just put it out of sight so you're not distracted by this. There we go. All right. So that one is going to be developing and I'm happy with that. But the experiment we're going to do now while we're waiting for this to develop is actually one of my pretty favorite, well, they are favorite of mine. I guess I have to say that. So please grab a mug or a glass. Now, it needs to be a mug or a glass. Hopefully you have that ready. Ask your demonstrator, like I do, my lab technician. Nadia, could I have a glass?
Yes, you can. In the lab, we're using a beaker instead.
Okay, so I've got a beaker, but you can just use a normal drinking glass. That's fine, right? There's no problem. Now, you also need a fork, a metal fork or a metal spoon. Doesn't matter as long as it's metal. Now, again, because we're in a lab, we don't normally have spoons and forks and knives. So we use a glass rod.
Dr. Magda, would you like a metal spatula?
No, I'm going to stick with glass rod, yeah. So, again, you won't have this. I'd be surprised. I mean, if you do have this, I wonder where you work. So, just giving a few seconds for the lab technicians to grab spoon, fork, or a knife, and a glass or a mug. And I can just hear the kettle has finished boiling, so that's perfect. And I'm going to dive into my goodie bag box, and I need you to find something that has got a label called Polymorph. Ta-da! All right, so Polymorph, what does that look like? What does that remind you? Looks like white pellets. Does it remind you of something you eat? What would you say? Rice. Don't you eat rice? Yeah, it looks like rice. Now, I want to see if there's any smell. I'm going to open it. Just be very careful. Open it up. And I'm just going to see if there's any odour.
Lab technicians, you can see the same way that Magda is smelling something. That's how we smell things in a laboratory when we don't know for sure if it's going to have a strong or a bad smell.
So what I'm doing is actually bringing the smell to me. That sounds weird, but that's what I'm doing. Now, I cannot smell anything. Can you? No smell for me. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to pour it into glass or your mug. All of it. Yeah, can I do all of it, Nadia?
Yes.
All right. Okay, the whole lot. Ta-da. All right. It doesn't smell, but it's making a sound. All right. Now, while I'm sort of making the sound, this is actually a plastic. It's a form of plastic. It's called Polymorph, but it has very interesting properties. And we're going to look at what happens when we add hot water to this plastic. So hopefully your hot water or your water has boiled. We need to just let it sit for a couple of minutes because we don't want it at 100 degrees. We just want it below. So maybe about 80 degrees. That would be my ideal. So what I would do is I would just open up the kettle. See, oh, look at that. There's steam coming off. So that's very, very hot. Now I don't want it super hot. I don't want it at 100. So I'm going to just let it cool down just a little bit. Now to the lab demonstrators, could you please be very careful because the water will still be very, very hot. So I'd say about maybe 90 degrees now. So you need to pour the hot water into the glass or the mug for the scientists. But I think I can do it myself, Nadia, unless you really, really want to. But I think I'm capable of doing it myself. I've done it a few times. But if I spill it everywhere, I'll blame it on you. Okay, so I'm going to take the jug. And as soon as you start pouring, we just want to cover the beads, the polymorph beads. Okay, so we don't want too much. So let me just start pouring. Probably enough. If you pour too much, that's fine, not a problem. Now, this might be a little bit tricky to see because I've got white on white, but have you noticed something changing? Immediately, can I look at your original, please, Nadia,
Yes.
for comparison? So this is what the beads look like initially, and now that I've got the hot water, look at that. It's all come together.
Wow.
It's sort of melted. Now, this is going to be tricky because if it's stuck to your fork, you need to sort of keep twisting it around in the hot water to dislodge it from the fork, okay? It probably happened because the water was too hot. So, yeah, that was my fault. All right, so you just keep swishing it around. And at some point, very carefully, it'd still be very hot. I'm going to take it out and start molding it. And I'm going to mold it into a shape of a bowl. So that's how you do it, see? Now, see, it was a good thing we wore gloves because it's wet. So, but make sure that you can actually hold it so it's not too hot. It shouldn't be. So just moving it between your two hands. Oh, there you go. There's a good close-up. Thanks, Caspar. I think he's done this before. He's very good. All right, so I'm just going to keep doing that.
Wow.
And
It looks really different to how it started, Dr. Magda.
I know. I mean, if you compare to, it's no longer white, is it? What would you say? What is that? What's the word? Starts with the letter T.
There's a special word for when you can see through something. I think it's like a window. You mean like transparent?
I think you got it. It's a transparent. It's a nice big word. All right. So keep. Now you've only got a limited amount of time because, as you can see, actually right in front of your eyes, you should see it going less and less transparent.
Oh, yeah.
Can you see how it's now going a bit more cloudy?
Yeah.
Would you say cloudy? Yep. So I'm going to let this sit. I feel like everything I'm telling you, we're going to do it later. So I'm just going to put it down on the mat. And I'm going to let it cool down because we're going to come back to it and see what happens because it will actually change color. So I'm just very gently putting it down on the mat, and I'm going to now throw it to you because I want you to do an experiment now.
Thank you. I think
do?
I fixed my microphone problem, so apologies for that earlier. But we'll see if we can still see and hear things clearly now. Okay, I think I'll use the same area as you. I think we'll see whatever mat we can use. So while we're getting the cameras ready, what I would like you to get out now, please, are your...
I think we're going to do, are we doing lava?
We're going to do a lava lamp, yes.
Tell you what, lava is... We came up with that ourselves, didn't we?
Gee, I want to be careful about saying that in case there's someone somewhere else who did it too. But let's find out. Okay, so in your kits, you should be able to find a couple of plastic cups. We only need one for this part, so put the other one back in the kit and we'll use that later on. And then we're just going to put the cup down there. I'll do that there so that Caspar can see it. Thank you. Very difficult as it's white on white.
Again.
Shall I put a glove underneath it?
Let me think. We need something black, like a black.
Oh, how about this novelty face mask?
Well, actually, while you're doing that, we're going to tell. I want to share something with everybody. You know, we've all had to wear masks, right?
Yes.
It's been important. Now we're not wearing masks. We are doing a bit of social distancing. And to inspire my students, look at this. I got some novelty masks. Ta-da! Ta-da! Can you see what mine says?
Yours says, they let me play with chemicals.
What does yours say?
Mine says, I think you're overreacting. Ha ha.
Anyway.
So Alana, our assistant, has very kindly got us a cork board, so that will do nicely. You don't have to have this underneath.
No.
This is just so the camera works better.
All right.
Okay, so now
Let's
we
do
need
it.
some more bits and pieces. We need,
Mm-hmm.
we need some water, don't we? So first thing is,
You can
yes.
have mine. Oh, you can. Okay,
Oh,
you've got
that
yours.
one's hot. So instead of using the Polymorph hot water, we'll use some more of the water from the jug that you poured some of it onto the water beads. And if that was all you've got in the jug, just go and get a little bit more from the tap. And we're just going to pour in enough to sort of
Yeah, just
almost half full.
should
About
be enough.
there?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yep.
No need to be exact. And then we're going to get one of the food colorings from your kit. Now, Dr. Magda,
Yes,
which
yes.
food coloring do we use? Is it red or
red.
green? Red?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, red for lava, of course. Silly me. Okay, so get your red food dye.
Mm.
Open the little
It's very hard with
bag.
those gloves, isn't it, Nadia?
It's okay. So these are in a special little bottle that when you unscrew the lid, it has a little nozzle inside. No, it hasn't. No. Okay,
No,
no,
'cause
that's
it's too
just we're
hard.
going to pour some in.
Go for it.
There we go.
Yay.
A little bit more.
Yeah. Put more in.
There we go. So it's
Okay.
a nice bright red color. Make sure you put the lid back on and screw it tight so it doesn't make any mess.
All right. What's next?
Okay, well, I'm going to a little gentle swirl, but it's pretty much mixed in. So we've got some red water in there. Okay, the next thing we're getting is the cooking oil, which is in a little jar inside a packet. So this is just regular vegetable or canola oil.
Are you sure this isn't a cooking show?
We'll see.
All right.
Unscrew the lid and we're going to pour all of it in unless it gets full. If your cup gets really full, you can stop early, but there should be plenty of space.
Perfect.
And then put the lid back on so it doesn't get messy. Oh, thank you, Casper. That's an excellent picture. So let's have a little look at what we've got. We've got some red water and we've got some oil. That's a pale yellow colour. Which one's on top? On mine, the oil's on top and the water's underneath. That's because they have different densities. Oil is less dense than water, so it floats on top.
Can I add a little chemical fact here?
Sure.
For those scientists who are a little bit more advanced, that's all right, you can keep it on there, you don't need to show me. For those of you who are a little bit more advanced, you might have heard of the words polar and non-polar.
Ooh.
Now, it's got nothing to do with polar bears. So polar means something like water. We call that it's a polar substance. And then a non-polar substance would be something like oil. And polar and non-polar do not mix together. That is a big no-no. Well, it's not a no-no, but what happens is when two substances that have different polarities, I don't want to be too scientific, but when they have different polarities, they just don't get along. It's like, if you don't like someone, you stay away from them. So you can see clearly how the oil, being non-polar, is at the top. So it's totally separated. All right, that was my scientific. Let's have some fun.
Thanks,
now.
Dr. Magda. Okay, now for the fun part.
Okay.
Now, in your kit, you get out the Barocca tablet. So it's a little
Are you not feeling
orange
well?
tablet. We're going to do something different with it today.
All right.
So There we go. We're going to take the tablet out and
Put the whole thing in or cut it?
no, let's break it up. So
Yeah.
these are nice big tablets. So they're pretty easy to break in half. So if you can hold it, lab technicians, you might need to help with this. We're going to break it in half.
Oh, well done.
And I can see someone on the chat said, yes, just like salad dressing. You're right. Polar and non-polar
Oh,
together.
that's
Vinegar is polar and oil is non-polar and they don't mix. You're 100% right. Okay, so now we've got a few pieces. I think we might
Oh, you're going to make
one.
it
Yeah,
smaller?
we're going to
Okay.
break one of them in half again, so we have quarters. And now, are we ready? Hold it over the top.
Well, let's do it. Close
Science
up.
is about making predictions, so have a think about what you think is going to happen, and then drop it in.
Okay. Oh, you got so excited. Nadia ended up, oh, hang on. I'm noticing something.
Sorry
Oh
about
my
that,
God, this is, could
Ooh,
this be the lava lamp? It is. So, wow. Can I, while you're
Ooh.
having a little coughing fit, can I put another one in? Do you mind? No?
Go right ahead, Dr. Magda.
Woohoo, I'm just going to drop it in. Oh, check this out. Woohoo.
Is yours doing that? So what can we see? We can see some red blobs blobbing up through the yellow and then blobbing up onto the surface. And then, oh, I can see it out in the front. They're dripping back down again.
It does look like a lava lamp.
Wow, it
doesn't
does look like a lava lamp. So what do we think is making that happen? I'm going to turn this around and you might be able to see a little bit of the Barocca tablet down there. And can you see what's coming up above it? Teeny weeny little bubbles.
Oh my God, that looks awesome.
Yay.
Can we do one more? Oh,
Yeah,
let's do
go
it.
ahead.
I'm just going to try this. So I'm loving it so much. You know what you could do? I've got an idea. If the adult helpers could get their mobile phone, I'm going to do it right now. And I'm going to turn the light on. So if you go to your app for your camera,
your camera app.
and then turn on torch. Look at
Ooh.
that. Hang on. I'm trying to.
Ah.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, well, could be even better is you could put a light underneath.
Mm.
Oh, this could be
So
hours of fun.
what do we think
Oh, yeah,
is
can you
making
explain
that
this?
happen? Yes, well, like we saw before, the Barocca dissolves in water. It's very dense compared to the water and the oil. We talked about densities before, so it sank straight to the bottom and then it dissolved in the water. And when it dissolves, it gives off lots and lots of bubbles. And those bubbles, they're made of gas. They're actually carbon dioxide gas. And that gas is less dense than everything else. So it floats right up to the top. It floats up through the water and through the oil. But as it goes, it pushes some of the water with it. And those are the red blobs that we see blobbing up to the top. Now, when it gets right up to the top, the gas bubbles out and goes out into the atmosphere, into the air. And then the water that's left behind is denser than the oil, so it sinks back down again.
Oh my God, that's so complicated. You know what? Can we have some photo? Can somebody take a photo? Because I want to see what's happening. Does yours look like this? Can someone take a photo, please, and put it in the chat so I can see that you are getting what we've got? Maybe. All right. I'll give you a few seconds to do that. Now, I want to go back to the polymorph. Can I do that?
Sure can.
So, Caspar, if you could, I know.
You want to swap them over?
You know what? You can put that up there so you can see it from a distance. There you go. Put it on there. Perfect. That was unintentional, but it's exactly what I wanted to happen. So go back to your ball, to your polymorph ball, and see if it bounces. And obviously it does.
Ooh.
So check it out. Now this is now solid rock, hard, right? So I have gone back to the original because originally it was tiny, but it was solid, very hard. If you tried to, we didn't do that test because we were worried about it going everywhere. But what I've basically done is amalgamated it all together by putting a lot of energy in, by putting the hot water, and I've got a big blob of polymorph. That was the fucking.
Whoa.
Can someone, Alana, can you catch it?
Does your polymorph ball bounce as well?
Can we have any? Oh, we've got some photos of the
Oh, great.
of the lava lamp. Excellent. Well done. Oh, someone made it green.
Ah,
They didn't listen.
that's all right.
Green
That's
for
all right.
something else. That's okay. All right. So polymorph is working. You know what? We're going to use the green color now.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
well done. If you use green, oh, love it. Excellent photos. If you use green, then you can. Well, you have to use red now, right?
That's okay.
Is that all right? Are you doing this one or am I doing that one?
You can do this one because
We
I
can
know
do
it's one
this
of your
together.
favourites.
It's one-
I can
you can
take
take
this
that
out of the
away,
way.
right? But we can do it together. All right. So you need to go dive into your box and
Yes, while you're getting ready
yes.
for that one, we should get the cabbage together
do you
because
wanna
the
do that?
water's nice and hot still.
All
So
right, well,
yes.
you do the cabbage and I'm getting myself ready for the. So lab technicians, listen to Nadia.
Yep, I'm going to show you what to do, but you can let this sit to one side for a while. So I'm going to do it here where the camera is, and then I'm going to move it out of the way while Magda shows you something else. So get your chopped up cabbage and put it in your mixing bowl or ice cream container or any other container that can take hot water. So I'm not going to use all of that. I'm just going to put some of it in. You don't need to measure how much, but a few handfuls is a good amount. Something like that.
This is definitely a cooking show. I'm wondering if parents are thinking, I think we dialed into the wrong team's meeting.
And then we're going to pour some hot water on it. If your kettle has gone cold, then you might need to boil it again first and then pour the water on. Mine still feels pretty hot, so I'm going to keep pouring that on. And you don't need to fill it up completely. Enough to cover the cabbage and a little bit more. So you can leave yours where it is, but I'm going to move mine out of the way and we'll come back to it later. Remember, it's hot.
All right, back to me, back to me. Okay, so I have extracted from the box. These are called Petri dishes. Petri dishes, we've got a lid and a bottom. Doesn't matter which is which. Place those on your mat. Again, they become invisible when you put them. And you also need another plastic cup. You should have another one. We did send you two, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
We did? Okay. Alana, we did, right? Okay. And I need a little bit of water. So just cold water is fine into the cup.
You can use your jug if you like. This is the jug that we used earlier.
All right.
So tell me when you want me to stop, Magda.
You know what? Keep going, keep going, keep going. Yeah, it should be enough. And while you're at it, would you be able to, look at you, you are ready. Could I have the green dye?
Okay, here's the green food dye.
All right. So if you use the green before, now you need the red. Oh, you can still use the green. Okay. So just very carefully open it up. And I don't know. I'm just going to keep pouring until, lovely green colour. A little bit more.
It's okay to have quite a deep green colour for this one.
It is. But I would leave some behind because you could do this later. So, don't use it all up so you can have it for later. Now, the other thing you need to do, that's fine, Casper, you can stay on close up, is go into your box and find 2 nappy samples. All right, so sample, I'll put it the other way around. Sample 1 and sample 2. There we go. Now, I'm not going to tell you what nappies they're from.
Ooh.
And a disclaimer for everybody. This is from an unused nappy.
Are you sure, Dr. Magda?
Yes, I'm 100% sure. In fact, if you go over there, I want to show people that I did. There we go. These are the nappies we used. All right. I'll tell you what about them a little bit later, but we did use brand new nappies. See, we bought them in a shop. All right. Now, I'm going to get you to take out each sample. This is why we need gloves so we don't get it all over our hands. So oh, this is a bit tricky, not as easy as I thought. So just don't pull it. Try to sort of just.
Maybe pushing it out from the bag might
that's
help.
it. Push it out. Oh, gosh. There we go. If you can't get it all out, that's fine. Try and sort of get it all together, clump it together.
Now, Dr. Magda,
Yeah.
how are we going to remember which one is which?
Oh, okay. Well, I think if I put,
That's a good idea.
I'm going to put that in front of the Petri dish, okay? Because I will forget.
Aha.
Because they sort of look the same.
They do look the
Did
same.
you notice that? They both look white. Why don't they have coloured nappies?
That's an interesting question to ponder while we're going.
If someone want to come up with it. Okay. Extract the other one. Ah, there we go. These are big nappy samples. Then dive into your box and get yourself a pipette. This is a plastic pipette. You can have glass pipettes. We use glass pipettes in the lab.
Yes, we do.
But we also use these ones.
Yes.
So these are pipettes that we would use and our students would use in chemistry. So, all right. Here we go. What are nappies used for, Nadia?
Well, they're for catching wet things, right?
That's right. So what I want to do, I want to do an experiment. I want to see how absorptive, is that a word?
Absorbent?
Absorbent. Ah, thank you. She's good with words. How absorbent the nappies are. And they are different nappies, so I want to see which one is more absorbent than the other. Now, I'm just going to show you how I'm going to do this. So I'm going to place the pipette. Can we have a little bit of a close-up so I can explain how to use a pipette?
And Dr. Magda,
Yes.
if the food dye has all sunk to the bottom, you might want to swirl,
Yes.
just use your
Sorry about that. Yeah.
use your pipette like a swizzle stick and just mix it up a little bit first.
Yes, that was a good point there. All right. So squeeze, where am I? There I am. Squeeze the top, get all the air out. Place the pipette inside the liquid and then let go of the top. All right. Maybe I'll do it on the side. And you should see that the green liquid fills up. All right. Now take it to your nappy number 1 sample. And I'm just going to do it drop by drop and observe what happens. So if we can have a really good close-up there, Caspar.
Dr. Magda,
Yes.
are we counting the drops?
Oh, God, no. We'll be here till tomorrow.
That's good.
Okay. No, but what I want to do is I just want to put a couple of drops because I want you to see what happens, okay? So as I'm putting,
Ooh.
can you see that the nappy is drinking? It's like it's just
It is.
slurping the. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit more so you can see it better. So it actually is, as the word said, absorbing. It's absorbing the water, the green water. So just keep going. Now we weren't going to count the drops because that's going to take too long. But this pipette is 1 ml in size. So what we can do and I would have now added 2 mils already. So perhaps if you could be my counter, 'cause
Okay.
I can't do 2 things at once. So 2 mils already. I'm going to keep going. Now, I'm going to keep adding the liquid until I see the liquid drop out. So once it's sticking out around the edges, I'm going to stop.
Okay.
So that was
So we've
2.
used 2 mils. This is 3 mils. This is 4.
I hope everyone's doing this.
That's 5. We've got plenty of time, so we can keep
5.
going until it seeps out the bottom. I can't see any seeping out yet.
Not
That's
yet.
6.
Well, we've got a close up, so you'll know.
Yeah.
I hope yours is still intact.
7. Oh, it's doing some other interesting things too.
Yeah, are you noticing that it's actually growing?
Yes.
I mean, compared to this one here, we'll compare it in a second, but what are we on, 7?
Yep, that's now 8.
Okay. Can I do more?
9. Still looks okay.
Like I'm building something here.
Looks like a tiny forest. That's 10. That's 10 mils.
Okay, 10.
That 11.
Oh, I'm getting close. I wonder if you guys are seeing the same.
12.
Oh, I'm
13.
getting very close. I
14.
think.
Yes, I can see some. Let's
I'm gonna
see.
try
Oh,
one
here
more,
it goes.
one more mil.
Yep. Oh, yes. Can you see
Should I
here?
Should I turn it around? Yeah, hang on. Ah, there it is.
Oh,
Oh,
maybe
maybe
it
not.
can
Maybe
take a little bit
oh,
more.
no, there it is. See?
There, yes, tiny.
Nah,
There's a
here
drop.
it
Yep,
is.
there's a drop.
Yep, that's it. We're done.
So that took 15.
So that was 15, was it?
Mm.
Okay. So let's quickly go to the other one. I mean, look at this. I mean, look how gigantic
It's just
this is.
changed size a lot.
Now, how do you? I've got a riddle for you. How do you know when a baby's nappy is full?
I don't know, Dr. Magda. How do you know when
It's
a
very
baby's nappy's full?
When its butt gets bigger and bigger. And how do I know that? Because look how big this is. So it's absorbing the water. Now, while I'm doing this one, are you able to count?
Yes,
All
I'll
right.
count. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Spitting it,
Ooh,
but that was my fault.
4. This one's growing, but it looks a bit different.
It does, doesn't it?
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, a bit's nearly falling over.
But it's still absorbing.
10. Oh. 11. I think it's
still
getting
absorbing.
close. 12. I've just seen a great comment on the chat. Yes, it is like growing a crystal. We're going to talk about that soon.
13.
14. I think I can see
no,
some
no.
at the back.
No, you're right. It was a little bit. Oh, there it is.
Oh,
Oh, okay. So hang on. Is this the same?
very similar.
It is very similar. So looks like the 2 nappies are absorbing just about the same amount. But there is a but here. We didn't measure exactly the size of the piece, the 2 pieces. So I think there's a bit of experimental error in here. So if you wanted to do this properly, you can do this very scientifically. And I encourage you to find a nappy at home or go and buy one and cut out the exact size. So maybe 1 centimetre by 1 centimetre, and then do this experiment again. Now, do you want to show what to do with the nappy?
So if Casper can maybe zoom in a bit, please. That would be great. Thank you.
So
So if you open the inside of the nappy, and then you can gently tear open one end, or you can use a pair of scissors to open one end. And then you can get the liner out. There we go. And so it's a fluffy white material on the inside, but you can cut it with scissors. So you could cut a piece to just the right size.
Yeah, exactly. Now, while you're at it, Nadia, I
Mm.
want to talk about this. So you'll notice that this is actually composed of very fine, there's a powder. Can you sort of?
Yes.
Yeah, I can see it as you're moving it. Yeah. That is actually a chemical called polyacrylic acid.
Oh.
And that is what's doing the absorbing of the water.
Ah.
So polyacrylic acid has a very interesting property. It loves water.
Oh.
Now, when something loves water, there is a scientific name for that. Do you know what it is?
Ooh.
Now, that's a difficult word, so I'm not expecting you to get it, but maybe we could get someone to write in the chat if you know if something loves water, what is the name for that? Let's see if someone's got the right.
It's quite a big
Oh,
word.
someone got 23 squirts. I like that.
Wow,
Little
nice.
Squirts.
Mm. Very good.
Excellent. Excellent. That's good. What about, we've got another question. You guys are smart. Then I want to ask you one more question. If something doesn't like water, it repels water. And that's, you know, when you buy a jacket, you know, it's been raining really badly for the last, feels like month in Perth. So when I go out in the rain, I don't want to wear a jacket that's going to do what the nappy does, right? That's not going to be good. So I want to wear a jacket that repels water. So if something repels water, what's the scientific name for that? Someone's going to tell us?
So
we
it's
go.
something about water and something about not liking water.
Yeah, exactly. So hydro.
Hydro means water.
Hydro means water. And
Yes.
hang on,
Yes.
there's a new message.
Yep. Lots of people have
Water
said several.
repellent, yes,
Yeah.
but what about the go to hydro? Oh, here we go. I got
Yes.
it. Hydrophobic.
Hydrophobic.
So if you don't like something or you're scared of something, you can think of the rain jackets of being scared of water, right? You could think of it that way. All right. So this is our nappy, and we have proven that these two particular nappies have similar absorption properties. But to do this properly, you've got to cut the same size because otherwise you're not comparing the same with the same. Did you want to say something?
Oh, another way you could you could get more accurate results would be to check that each squirt was about the same size too.
Wow, that's true.
We got a little bit fast with ours, and some of them might have been a bit bigger than others. But if you're
losing your label, you won't know who you are. Another little fact is that look how absorbed. There's not much of the polyacrylic acid in there actually, and to give you the exact number, you only need about 4 to 5 grams in the nappy, and that's going to absorb 30 mils of water. So 30 mils of water per gram.
Wow,
That's a lot of weed.
That is a lot of weed.
That's a lot of weed, green weed.
Lab technicians, you can see why we didn't give you yellow food colour.
I don't know. That would have been an interesting idea.
I can see in the chat that some people have managed to add quite a lot of water to theirs, and some of them did have more of a difference between the two samples. So maybe they had samples that were closer in size and perhaps a little bit bigger than ours.
That's okay. Now, I want to do something with this green. I've got heaps of left over. So our next activity will involve this green liquid. So stitch in your bottom, and this is over to you, I think. You can do that one.
Yes, that's all right. Woo.
Go for
Thank
it.
you, Dr. Magda. So we're going to use up more of our green food colouring now. And what we need you to get out of your box is the little container of Metamucil.
Now, do you have another plastic cup? Have we used them up?
We've used 2 cups, but maybe we can pour some of the water into another one.
Well, there's 2 ways we can do this.
Mm-hmm.
I would suggest perhaps the lab technicians could grab another glass or a jug or
Aha.
another plastic cup.
How about the container that the hot water was in for the polymorph?
Oh, that's a brilliant idea.
That's
yes.
one you've got there.
Yeah,
Yep.
so just pour that out.
Yep. So we'll just pour that water away down the sink. So
And
this is the beaker, but for you, it's your drinking glass.
oh, mug.
Okay. Shall we pour the water into that? And
Yeah.
yes. So okay, you can just take out the pipette, and we're just going to pour all of the water into there and just use it as our backup container. But we're still going to use the cup.
Okay.
Okay. So now we're going to get the Metamucil. It's in a little container like this, a little vial. If yours is all stuck together, you might need to tap it just a few times on your desktop just to get it so that it's not all stuck together. And Dr. Magda,
Yes.
we also need, thank you, Dr. Magda's got for me, you also need the plastic spoon that was in your kit. It was in a bundle probably with your pipette, so you just need your plastic spoon as well. Now, Dr. Magda, remind me, do we pour the Metamucil in first? We do. Okay, so take the lid off the Metamucil.
Be careful because it'll go
It's
everywhere.
very powdery.
It is
Yes,
very
it is. And we're just going to gently pour it in. You might want to go tap, tap, tap with your finger to help it all fall in. Then you can put the lid back on and you can put the vial out of the way. Now, Dr. Magda, do we like to gently smell Metamucil?
Yeah.
Yeah, yummy. So if you want to, you can smell the safe way that we've been smelling before. Remember, you bring the smell to you.
Are you smelling anything?
I can smell it a little bit.
All right, let's see. I want to see some answers in the chat room. What smell are we smelling? That doesn't make sense. What odor are we smelling?
What does it smell like to you?
Okay.
Okay.
I'll just wait.
All right.
Someone's typing.
I wonder if it
Smells
smells the same
orange.
for everybody. Orange, yes, yes. Lots of people said orange. That's what I smelt too.
Excellent.
Okay, so now we're going to go back to our jar, our container with the Metamucil in, and we have our spoon, and we also have our green water.
Do you know what? Sorry, I
Mm.
forgot. The reason why it smells orange is because we actually purchased an orange smelling Metamucil.
Oh, yes.
That makes sense.
Okay, now, Dr. Magda, we are going to pour in some water, or do you want to drip it in?
Pouring in
Mhm.
and see what happens. So,
Okay, so, but only a little bit.
yeah.
So we'll pour in a little bit of water.
Yeah, just to cover. Yeah.
Okay.
Excellent.
And then we stir it with the spoon. Oh,
Yep.
it gets very tough. You have to stir it quite hard. I'm trying to scoop and scrape at the bottom so that I can get all of the Metamucil wet. Whoa, what's happening?
Mm.
Wow.
So it's no longer a solid, but it's not as flowy as a liquid.
No, I can't pour it,
No.
but it sort of drips.
What does this remind you of?
Like gravy. It is a bit like gravy.
Okay,
It's
fair
like
enough.
gravy if I try to make gravy because I'm not very good at making gravy.
Baby food.
Baby food. It definitely does feel and look a bit like baby food.
Now, we want to make slime, so we need so now you need to add more of your green water.
Okay. Do I add a lot or a little?
Oh well, just
I think let's start with a little. So
Yeah,
just do
don't
a
add too
little
much
splash and stir some more.
poo.
Oh,
Who's got green poo? Come
Yeah.
on.
wow.
All right, keep
They
going.
need to use the nappy.
We want to try. We're
Ah.
making the perfect slime. So come on, Nadia.
Oh, okay.
You've
So
got
we
to
need
add
a little bit more water.
And I will tell you what is a perfect slime. There
Okay.
is a scientific test for perfect
There
slime.
is. Wow.
Yes, there
Okay.
is.
Ah.
Keep going, keep going, keep going.
A bit easier to stir now, so I
Yeah.
can stir it a bit faster. Ah, that's a
So
bit better. Shall I add some more water?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
I'm going to
And-
try and add just a little bit. Bloop.
Okay, and now let's do the test. So what you want to do is get it onto your spoon.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
That's it. Yeah.
Ah, so
lovely
it,
slime. Let's
so
see
it
some slime.
drips off the spoon.
Can we see some photos of your slime?
Ooh,
And you may want to put some
maybe
more
a
water.
tiny bit more.
So what happened is Metamucil is actually really good at absorbing water. It likes water as well. So if you add more water, it absorbs it and it goes solid. So you need to keep adding. Now, this is why if you were to eat Metamucil, it'll fill up your stomach and you'll feel like you're very full.
Oh, because it would do this in your stomach,
Yeah,
right?
it does. So it makes you very regular too. Oh, have we got a picture?
Ah,
Okay.
oh,
so,
they look
so the
good.
slime test is like this. See how Nadia, take it up even further up, Nadia. I want to see how long it takes for it to drip. That's it.
So you could time that if you wanted to, and you
Okay.
could measure carefully to try and get about the same
Lost?
on your spoon every time. Ooh. And then see how long it takes to drip down. You could even measure how high you were holding it. So that was the same every time too.
So this, oh my God, it's really good. You've done
Ew,
well.
that's really goozy.
This is hours of fun. Oh, here we go. You've got some pictures now. Oh, looking good. Excellent. Thank you guys for sharing the slime with
Yes,
us.
we love to see the slime pictures. That's terrific.
Um,
So there are lots of different ways to make slime. And some of them are very simple like this. Some of them are more complicated. A lot of the older recipes for slime used something called borax. And that can be bad if people accidentally eat it. So instead of that, we're using this one, which is safe for children, and
it smells good.
it does. But you know, it's
Yeah.
kind of strange, Dr. Magda.
What's that?
It smells orange, but it looks green.
I know. We've done. I wanted to sort of play around with your mind, and your mind is quite interesting because it confuses you, right? You look at something and you smell it and you go, oh, that smells like an orange. So you're expecting it to have an orange color, right? Whereas it's got a green color. So we've actually confused your mind a little bit that way. And I did it for a reason. I didn't want people eating it.
Oh.
So I wanted to make it, and slime is green, right? Isn't it? Isn't that the definition of slime?
Well, I think it's the best color for slime, but that's just me.
So thanks for sharing this slime. Oh, here we go. There's some more slime photos. I love that. So from slime, I want to go back and look at our water beads.
Excellent.
So I'll give you a few seconds to clean up because there's a lot of slime I can see in the photos. How come our mat is so clean?
That's because we're scientists.
We have to keep it clean. All right. Can we have a look at, because I'm really curious to see what's happened with your water beads.
Wow.
Now, they look different, right?
They do look different.
They did not look like that when we started off.
I have my kit where I didn't use my water beads and I've still got the original ones. So
tiny.
that's what they used to look like. Teeny weeny little hard beads.
Now, if you have a
Wow.
if you feel them. Oh, I love this. If you're not doing this, you've got to do it. So just be gentle and be careful. I just want to see, so they've grown.
I have. They're
Yeah.
much bigger than they were
I know,
before.
and I probably should have put more water in. So if you
We
don't
can
mind,
add some more
could you
water.
give me a bit more
Sure,
water?
sure.
Sorry, yeah. So I'm just going to add more water. I obviously didn't add enough. Oh, look what happened. Hang
Wow.
on. When I added water, they've disappeared. Where have they gone? Have some more water.
Yes, I'm just going to refill the
Oh,
water
this
from
is
the
bizarre,
tap.
Nadia. Are they still there? I think they're there.
Can
Wow.
you still feel them?
Oh, that's a good idea. Let me see. I'm going to put my hand. Oh, yeah, they're there. They're still there, but when I put water, and if you put more water in, they sort of disappear.
You can try this at home with yours. If you add more water to the container and look straight down from the top, they might look different.
So I've got a little trick I want to play on you, Nadia.
Oh,
Okay. Inside your box, see if you can find a rolled up piece
yes.
of
Rolled up piece of
cardboard. Yep.
cardboard. Mm-hmm.
So let's, probably shouldn't have done that after holding it with my, because now I'm going to get it wet. All right. Okay, I'll get you to do that because you've got dry
Okay.
hands.
Yep.
Or
There's a
dry
piece of
hands.
paper inside that we're going to use later.
Okay, so
And
unfold it.
the trick part is
Ta-da! Periodic table. Now, periodic table contains all the elements that we have discovered so far in the universe. And what you can do now, I'm going to, this is all folded, so it's very hard to sort of look at. So can you roll it the other way?
Sure.
Yeah. And I'm going to present one that hasn't been rolled.
So you can unroll yours like I'm doing just to get the creases out.
There you go. Now, this is a periodic table with a difference. You know why? Because this periodic table actually shows you not just the elemental name and the symbol for that element, but also where that element is used. So I wonder, Casper, are you able to do even a better zoom? We're really pushing our camera.
Woohoo.
So let's pick on an element that what should I pick on? Let's do, what's your favorite element, Nadia?
Oh, you put me on the spot there.
Sorry.
I like, let's see, how about,
I think that's,
yeah,
kids would
something that's a bit
know.
unusual. Don't move it too much. You might make me dizzy. How about, you pick one.
I'm going to pick iodine. Because, can we zoom in on that one?
Yeah.
No, you can't.
No, that's it. There, I can see it there, though.
Can you show us iodine? Oh, where am I? Where's my finger?
Whoa.
You're getting there. You're getting there. There it is. Can you see what the picture is? The picture is of someone.
Oh, no.
It looks like they hurt themselves and they're pouring iodine on top of their...
Oh, yes. It's brown stuff and they're putting it on a wound.
Yes. So iodine is really interesting. That's why I picked it, because iodine has a property that it's a disinfectant. It actually kills the bacteria. So if you ever fall down, cut your knee, scrape it, and you need to make sure that it's clean, that it doesn't get infected, you can get some iodine. You can buy it in the shop. It's called betadine.
Yes.
Betadine actually contains iodine, and you put it on your wound.
Dr. Magda, is that why betadine is that colour and has that funny smell?
Because of iodine, yeah, that's right, exactly. So the periodic table we've given you has a lot more than just the names of the elements and the symbols of the elements. You also be able to see where those elements are being used. So it's quite useful, but I'm going to do something different with it. That's enough science. Oh, you want to see my face? That's enough science. I want to do something cool with this periodic table. So put it down on your mat. Now, what we need to do is going to be very complicated. So can you tell your lab technicians what to do?
Okay, so
I need to separate the water beads
yes. So
from the water.
lab technicians, you need to get your colander or strainer that we asked you to have before, and maybe use your jug. So if your jug still has water in it like ours, just pour that away. I'm going to pour it into my kettle just to get rid of it.
Because we like
quickly.
to reuse our water.
There we go.
Okay, so what we're going to do is, I hope this doesn't go everywhere, but I need to
so
separate. We haven't practiced this, have we? Ta-da.
So Magda's just pouring the water through and leaving the dry beads behind. Well done. That's nice.
I didn't do well, didn't I? Okay.
It doesn't matter if there's a tiny weeny bit of water left in them, that's fine. And now we're going to pour the beads without much water back into the container.
All right, thanks, Nadia.
Keep the colander on hand because we're going to use that again later.
Now, this is going to be tricky. So I'm not sure how this is going to work on camera.
No, that's all right. We'll just we'll just get Casper, if you could zoom in, please, and we'll do the best one that we can. So don't throw out the water that came out of the water beads that you have in your jug, because thank you. That's great. Perfect. Yes.
Oh, you are so good. Thank you. All right, all right. So I'm placing the water beads on top of the periodic table. Now, when you look from the top, you guys be able to do this, but if you look from the top, you should see nothing. I cannot tell what the words are.
If I move this down so it covers a different part of the periodic table, you might be able to see a bit better on the camera.
Oh, yeah, thanks, Nadia.
Yeah.
So I cannot see.
I can't see through it.
No.
I can't see where the iodine is anymore, the one that we looked at before. It's blocking it.
So now I'm going to do something super cool. Ready?
Okay, so now, get the water that you poured off it before. If you happen to accidentally throw that down the drain, that's okay. Just get some more water. And now we're going to pour it all back in, right, Dr. Magda?
Yep, go for it. And watch it from the top. Look at it.
Whoa!
I can see the elements. I love that.
Now it looks like there's hardly any there at all. And I can see right through.
That's right.
Down to the bottom.
So the water beads absorb the water, they grow. Now, when they're without water, so the light scatters. Okay. So that's why you couldn't see anything. But as soon as we pour the water on top of it, because there's already water in them, they become translucent, transparent.
Yeah, transparent. You can see right through them.
You can see right through them.
Wow.
So a little bit of physics, not really chemistry and physics, but it's just cool. I just love doing it and putting my fingers in, and hours of fun. Okay.
There's a term for that some people might have heard of, refractive index.
I was going to use that word, but it's a big word. But anyway, that's a good one. Yes. So the refractive index of the water beads and the water is the same. That's why you can see it. All right. Now, let's move on to my next activity. That one you can put away now.
Lab technicians, you can leave them soaking in the water and they will probably grow a bit bigger over the next few hours. And you can keep them. You can pour off the water and add the water again over and over again. But they will eventually get a bit mouldy and then you'll need to throw them out.
Yeah. Okay. Now, the next activity, Nadia, do you have smells?
Yes.
Can you look for smells?
Okay, so everyone look in your kit and you should have a little tiny a bag with 4 really small vials inside. And they'll have 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the outside. Oh, thank you, Casper. That's great.
Okay. And then please grab your worksheet.
Roll
one,
that piece
yep,
of paper, and like the periodic table, you might just want to roll it the other way to make it a bit more flat.
There you go. Okay. Ta-da.
Thank
Now,
you.
This activity will test.
We'll
God,
use yours.
I'm going to use it. This activity tests your sense of smell. So I want to know how good your taste of smell, your sense of smell is. Now, a little bit of trivia and a question for everybody. Do you know what animal has the best sense of smell? Think about it. Let's have a look at some answers.
You can type your answer in the chat. I'm thinking, let's
There's a dog,
see.
Yep, there's a dog. Bunny.
Echidnas have big noses. Maybe they have a good sense of smell.
That's a good answer.
Oh.
Yeah. A shark. I don't know.
That's a very
Yeah,
interesting
that's interesting.
answer.
I'd never be able to test that one.
T-Rex. Wow, that also would be hard to
A
test.
bear. Oh, there's a few sharks.
There are
A
lots
pig.
of ideas in
All
the
right.
chat. Excellent.
Well, I will tell you, this is from scientific research, that in fact, the best sense of smell has a dog.
Oh.
And that's why dogs are used in airports to detect food or illegal drugs or, any other. They were even thought of being used to detect coronavirus. How interesting is that?
Wow.
But today, we are going to use our noses and see how good our sense of smell is. Now, this is difficult. I'm going to tell you straight away. I can't even get this sometimes. So, if you don't get it, I'm not surprised. So what happened is this. Oops, I'm just giving you the answers. Hopefully you haven't seen that. But so you've got these 4 vials, and I've accidentally put the labels on the wrong vials.
Oh.
Okay, so the 4 smells are, the choices are, it's either going to be tea tree oil, peppermint, lavender, or eucalyptus.
Yummy.
Okay, now you're not going to eat these.
No, just smell them.
I'm going to take each of these.
Okay.
I'll do one and see
I'll
what
do
it is.
2. Okay.
So tea tree, peppermint. Alana, can you type that in? So, yep, so either tea tree, peppermint, lavender, or eucalyptus. So I'm going to go for 1. Now, I'm just going to remind you how to smell this correctly. Bring the smell to you, and it will come. I can smell this from a distance. It's very overpowering, so be careful. Just bring it to you. I think, what does everybody think of 1? Can we have some answers? What do you think 1 is? You're going to have a smell as well?
Ooh. I like that smell.
People think it's tea tree.
Ah.
Tea tree? What do you think?
I think it's tea tree.
Yeah? All right. That is correct, actually.
Ah.
So let's write that down.
Okay.
Can I have your pen there?
You can have a marker,
but
but it's big.
Right. Okay, so let's go for number 1 as tea tree.
Tea tree.
Okay. So 1 is tea tree. Let's write down the answer. Okay, next one, please, Nadia. You can do that one.
I'll do this one. So
Number 2.
we flip the top open and we bring the smell to us. Ooh. That's a nice smell to me. It smells like.
Can I have a go?
It smells like chewing gum or toothpaste.
What do you guys think?
So yeah, chewing gum and toothpaste can be peppermint flavored. So I think it's peppermint.
I agree. Yeah, I definitely agree. That's definitely. So number 2 is definitely peppermint.
Okay.
Yeah. Now you'll see that the photo I've got there is definitely not of peppermint.
Peppermint isn't purple.
We've just got the labels all mixed up. So that's why we're trying to figure out which is which. Okay.
Yes.
Can I do number 3?
You do number 3.
Hope you're doing number 3 with me. Okay, here we go. Oh, I don't like this one.
Oh,
What do you think? No, I don't like it.
no. I don't mind that smell.
No, you don't mind?
No.
What do people, what do others think? My scientists, what do you think it is? Lavender.
Yeah.
Oh, that is, I don't know why, but I don't like lavender.
Ah.
Sorry guys, not my type of smell, but you're right, it is lavender. So lavender, and of course lavender is the picture that I had in number 2.
Oh.
Okay, so what's number 4?
Number 4.
Should be
Oh,
nice.
yes, smells very fresh and
All right, give it to me.
like a garden.
Oh, yes. Oh, that's clearing up my nasal passages. Ooh. Can I just keep smelling it? All right, so what do people think? Ah, that was an easy one. Eucalyptus. That is a nice smell.
Yes.
All right, well done. You did well. It is difficult to, especially once you've had a few smells. So what happens with this is the chemicals are actually going from the solid state or the liquid state in this case, and then they're going into the gas phase. And then they enter your nasal passages. And what happens in there, Nadia? You tell me.
Then your olfactory nerves detect them.
She's got such, I love the words she uses.
And then your brain interprets that as a smell.
I just think our bodies are amazing to be able to do that. Right. Let's get on to our very last. The time is flying.
Yes, but that's all right. We're on time. We're good.
We're good. So let's do this one.
So lab technicians,
This
now
is
you
all
need
yours.
to retrieve your container.
Finally, the cabbage.
Yes, with your cabbage, which should have cooled down a bit by now. Mine is still warm, so if you've got younger children around, make sure that it's not too hot for them to
Can I suggest
touch.
something?
I
was going to put these in the front.
That's
so
a good
is that
idea.
all right?
Let me move
Thanks,
that.
Nadia.
Yep, there we go. So what we've got are a couple of containers here. The ones in your
You
kit
might
look like this. Well, it might be smaller. That's no problem.
Doesn't matter.
One like this, yeah, that's fine. Any container will do. And as an aside, if you want to do this experiment again later, you could even use something like an ice cube tray.
That is a good idea.
Yes, but we couldn't fit that in the kit, so you've got some little containers instead. We've got bigger ones because they're easy to see on the camera.
Okay, so what do we do?
All right, so we have your cabbage here. Now, if you still have your jug and your strainer, you can carefully strain the liquid in there and leave the cabbage behind. But if you're worried that that won't fit or that you're going to spill it, that's okay. You can use your drinking cup. You can throw out.
Just directly.
Yes, or even use another one of your pipettes. Okay, so yes, we've got a spare pipette, so we're going to use that. So we don't need the jug. Let's move that over there. Okay, now my cabbage looks a bit paler than it used to, and the water that it's sitting in has turned purple. If I suck some up with my pipette, then you can probably see that. Let me have a look here. There we go. Now, yours might be a darker purple or a paler purple, depending on how much water you have and how much cabbage. That's okay. No problem. Now, there's a chemical inside cabbage, red cabbage, that's leaked out. It's dissolved in the hot water, and now it's cooled down, and that's what gives it its nice purple colour. But now we're going to do some interesting things with it. Dr. Magda has already got out for me, thank you very much, some of the little vials that are in your kit. So one of them has laundry powder on it. And one's got bicarb soda, and one's got citric acid.
Yep. So these are compounds that you'd find at home, right?
Yeah, that's right. You'd find laundry powder in your laundry. You'd find bicarb soda maybe in your laundry. Some people use it for cleaning, and also probably in your pantry because a lot of people cook with it. And citric acid, you might not see as often, but I have it in my pantry at home. Sometimes people use it when they make jam, and it's also very good for cleaning your dishwasher.
All right, so what we're going to do, I'm going to help you with this.
Yep.
We're going to transfer all of each of these compounds into the container. Now, if your container is small, don't transfer everything.
Yes,
Just a
that's
little
okay.
bit,
You can.
okay?
Yes, you don't need to use it all.
Now, to remember which is which, I'm going to place the container that it came from in front.
Oh, that's a good
Is
idea.
that a good idea?
Yep, maybe lay it down so that they can read.
That's
Yeah,
even
so they can
better
read it.
idea.
Okay, there we go.
Twisting everywhere.
Yep.
Do you want
Thank
me to?
you.
Doesn't matter where I put them.
No, that's okay. You can put them anyone in any jar.
There you go. So as long as you know which is which, right?
That's right.
Okay. So here we go. Because you know why? They all look white.
That's true.
So
Yes.
there's no way I was going to remember which is which, right? So, okay, the first one is laundry powder. The second one is bicarbonate soda.
Yep.
Moving around. And the last one is citric acid.
Okay.
So, yeah. The problem is this. If I accidentally, because I could just, move those containers and get them mixed up,
Oh,
I'm not going to know which is which.
no,
I
because
can't exactly stick my finger in and start tasting.
no,
right?
not in a lab, and
That's
and I
right.
wouldn't taste one of those
So-
at home either.
How could we figure out which is which?
Hmm.
Is there a way to do it?
We could do a chemical test.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, so we've sucked up a dropper full of the purple liquid. And now I'm going to squirt it onto the laundry powder. Whoa!
What colour is that? What? It's going green.
Wow.
What are you doing? Have you got
It's-
slime in there?
No, I haven't. So you can put on more than one squirt. That's fine.
It's fine. If you don't have cabbage, just watch what's happening and you can make your cabbage later, right? 'Cause
Yes, you
you can
can.
use this, you can do this later on.
Yes, you
So
sure
just watch.
can.
Okay, so that's green.
Wow. So this has turned all green and foamy, a bluey greeny colour.
Okay, what happens if you put it in bicarbonate
Okay,
soda?
I'm going to suck up some more. Here comes onto the bicarb soda. Ooh.
What is that? Is that going blue?
Yes. I'm going to put another one on. Wow.
Are you guys getting the same colours or is it just us? I feel like Nadia's doing something. You're doing some magic.
No.
No magic. Are you guys getting the same colours? Bluish, light blue. Excellent.
Okay,
Take a
now let's
photo if you like, so we can.
try the citric acid. Here we
I
go.
wonder what colour that'll be.
Ooh.
Oh, it's pink. Oh, I love that colour.
Wow.
Oh, I like that.
Put
Look
one
at
more
that.
in there.
That actually looks good, the colour.
Wow. So look at the different colours we've got.
Has anyone got the same?
We've got a real green here, and it's actually got even tiny little bits of yellow in it. And
Green,
we've got
blue,
a
pink.
blue,
Excellent. That is very blue.
and we've got a really bright pink.
Has everyone got
Wow.
the same? Oh, look, they did. Look at that.
We've got some photos coming through.
Thanks, guys.
Fantastic.
Excellent. All right.
That's great. So, why do we think this changed colour in
I
all
don't
those
know.
different
I have
things?
no idea what you've done.
Well,
I'm confused.
let's see. The one that turned, let's start with this one, the one that turned pink, because its name is citric acid.
Right.
So it's a type of acid. It's not a really scary type. It's a type that you could have at home, but it's still an acid. Bicarb soda is the opposite of an acid. It's a base. And so is laundry powder, actually. Laundry powder has a different base in it.
So hang on. I want to get this right.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm looking at your hair and I'm thinking, can we look at Nadia's hair? I think she's. Are you telling me that you put cabbage on your?
No, I didn't. Lab
All right.
technicians, I didn't.
No, she didn't. No. Sorry. Okay. So what you're telling me is that the cabbage changes color depending on. See if I get it right. Depending on whether you put it into an acid compound
Mm-hmm.
or what we say a base or alkaline. So
Yeah.
different properties, right? And
Yeah.
it changes color. So
Yeah.
that means if it goes pink, is it always acid?
We should find out by testing other acids,
Yes, we could.
which you could do at home. You could use lemon juice or vinegar or
idea.
or even milk. In fact, you could try lots of different foods. Anything that's safe to eat and doesn't have a strong colour of its own, you could try.
Yes, inside your. Didn't we give you some information in there?
Oh, maybe we did. Oh, we did too. Yes, we did.
We forgot what we put in. We sent the
We
box
forgot,
so long ago.
yes. I'm trying to find mine in there. I saw it before
That's
and
right.
it's
You
fallen
should
off.
see if
There
you
it
can-
is, right down the bottom. Ha ha!
Ta-da! We found it.
So this is a colour chart and it has all the different colours that
Depending-
this could go.
Depending on now pH. Have we got the pH there?
Yep.
Yep.
Yep,
So
the numbers inside the
numbers tell
squares.
you how acidic something is.
Sorry,
So,
I'm just going to
yeah.
angle this so that there's not too much glare from the camera. There we go.
So I could use this and test different compounds that I have at home.
Yeah.
And see what colors I get.
Yeah.
And that way I'll know how acidic it is. Yep.
Let's try them with what we've got. So let's try the citric acid first. Let's see, what's the closest match? There might not be an exact match, but if you look at yours and find one that's a good, the closest match. So for mine, it's probably about 2 or 3,
Yep.
I'd say. And so that means it's acidic. Yes, definitely. Okay, what about the one in the middle? This one, I'm doing this upside down using the camera. I'd say it's probably about 8, maybe 9. Yeah, so that's a little bit basic or alkaline. What about this one, the laundry powder? Now that one, I'm covering it with my finger. There we go. Gee, that's right down the other end. That's probably about 12. That's very alkaline or very basic.
Very. That makes sense. It's a laundry powder.
Yeah.
So it is basic. So,
Yeah.
They can just keep experimenting.
Yes.
This is an experiment, just keeps giving.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it sure is.
But we can't keep going because it's my bedtime.
Uh-oh.
Is anyone else's bedtime? Yeah? So
Nearly bedtime.
we're going to wrap it up. I hope you had fun. We always have fun.
Yes.
But before you run away, can we ask for a little bit of feedback? We're going to try and do live questions.
Yep, great.
And it worked the first time we did it,
Yep.
so we're going to do it again.
Mhm.
So if you can hang around for maybe another 5-10 minutes, that would be awesome. Are you okay, Alana, to try and do that?
Yep.
Yep. So just
Thank you.
launch the questions. Do you know how to? I'll show you how to.
So we're going to launch another poll. And while we're getting ready, people sometimes
Yeah,
ask
no, I'll
us
show
what
you.
the
It
chemical
doesn't
is
seem to
in
work.
the
It's not
cabbage
you.
that changes colour.
So go
It's
to
from
edit.
a family of chemicals
And then
called
launch.
anthocyanins. And they've been in the news a bit lately
Click on it,
because
yep.
people are researching them for some potential health benefits.
Yeah, I'll
And
just do like
anything
one.
like anthocyanins that changes colour in different acids and bases is called an indicator because it indicates something about what you've put it on. We use lots of different indicators in our science labs, but our students actually make this one themselves and they test lots of different things. You can test things like soft drinks, any drink that doesn't already have a colour in it, like lemonade or soda water or tonic water. And you can see if it makes a difference whether they're fresh or flat, old or new, and whether they're diet or regular. You can even test things like egg white or anything else you can think of at home that's not too extreme. Don't use cleaners because they're a little bit too harsh and they might damage your skin or your eyes. But anything that's safe for you to handle, you could try. You might even see some extra reactions happening, like bubbling. You can see a gas coming off.
Okay, so Nadia, while you're talking, I'm just launching the questions.
Great.
Is that all right? So people are submitting, which is great. So I'm just going to, just a few more, so if you bear with me. Have I done this one? Okay. So just a couple of more. So thank you so much for doing that. It gives us instant feedback. Sorry, hopefully I'm not bombarding people too fast. There we go. And I think one more. There we go. Too many questions.
Lab technicians can start cleaning up if you want to. And a fun thing to do while you're cleaning up is, as long as you've still got lots of airspace in your containers and they're not too full, combine one into the other and see what happens.
Oh my God, Nadia.
So I mixed citric acid
Whoa,
with
wow.
bicarb soda.
Are you making a lemonade? A pink lemonade.
So the acid and the base have neutralized each other, and because bicarb soda has hydrogen carbonate in it, that reacts with acids to make this gas, carbon dioxide gas, that's bubbling off. That's the same gas that's in carbonated drinks. So soft drinks, anything that's fizzy, will have this in it too.
Yummy.
Mm.
Well, I think that's it, because people want to go to bed, I guess. Some little people may want to go to sleep. So thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for the photos, because it's hard to do this, right, without us seeing you.
Mm.
So I hope you enjoyed it. And for your messages. Oh, my scientists have gone rogue, mixing. That's what science is about.
Yep, that happens a lot.
As long as you do it safely
Mm.
and you've got the right safety equipment,
Mm-hmm.
we are for experimenting. So continue experimenting, and maybe we'll see you next year. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Say bye, Casper. Alana, come. Wave to everybody. See everyone.
Thank you to everyone who helped today.
Yes, thanks, Michelle, Emily.